Hello and welcome to Fake News, the topical quiz show that breaks the news, literally. We're live on Talk Radio, but you can also watch us on Facebook and YouTube right now. First, a quick look at the week's big stories. Jeremy Corbyn and Boris Johnson met up to discuss a parliamentary timetable for Brexit. Corbyn understandably wants enough time to scrutinise the New Deal, consult his MPs, wait for a new series of Love Island, and for hell to freeze over. They were joined by their henchmen Seamus Milne and Dominic Cummings in a clear sign that Halloween has come early. The two men are under strict orders to not comment on the meeting or smile at children ever. Let's meet our guests. First up, joining Andre Walker on Team Dead in a Ditch, we have the legend that is Ricky Freelove from James Whale Breaks the News. And joining Dave Chawner on Team Massive Election, we have the supremely talented broadcaster Mikey Smith. Let's kick off with round one. This round is called Who's News. Each panellist will pick their favourite story from the papers and entertain us hugely, I guarantee it. Andre, what have you got for us?
Well, the important publication, the Hull Daily Mail, has been reporting that a Hull woman has been left fuming after being banned from Asda for 3 years. Yes, indeedy. It's Raquel Bryant, 29 of Clarence Court, said she's been barred from the supermarket following an argument with a shop assistant who wanted ID for her to buy some Rizzlers. She allegedly called the shop assistant a D-head and he banned her for 3 years.
Well, very strong story. Thank you for that. How are you, Ricky? And what have you got for us?
I'm very well, thank you, Mark. I'm going to kick off with James Blunt. He's a pub landlord, don't you know? Very recently, he acquired a pub in Chelsea, the Fox and Pheasant, and apparently his way of getting the drunkards out late at night is to play his own rubbish hits to force them out. So you might leave, listening to Wise Man or You're Beautiful, and apparently he cranks it up on purpose, knowing they're going to leave. He's a genius.
Well, he is. He's very good at self-deprecation. He's very funny on Twitter.
Yeah.
I know we're not supposed to intervene at this point, but I've been to that pub, and in addition to it being owned by James Blunt, it's also Nigel Farage's local. And I just think the idea of James Blunt and Nigel Farage dancing to You're Beautiful at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, I mean, it's just a very, very scary and strange thought.
Excellent stuff. OK, Dave, what's caught your eye this week?
I just really like this story because I think it shows that karma does exist. So there was a guy called Brian Gundy who this week had to give a conference. So he left his car in the parking lot, all fine. Someone broke into his car and stole his duffel bag. Little did the thieves know that he'd got, let me get this right, he'd got 3 pythons and a lizard in the duffel bag. He's a reptile enthusiast and he was just carrying them around with him.
That's
so
perfect.
That's what they got.
Well, I've got to say, to keep my car safe, I leave my kids in there. Mikey, what have you got for us?
Well, I've got a story about the Babe Station girl, a girl off Babe Station, who one of her very avid viewers,
Do you mean the entirety of this panel?
one of us avid viewers, he died, and he's left her £20,000 in his will.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
And she has been, quote, convinced by friends to accept the money. But the real story here is why is anyone still watching Babe Station? We need to introduce them to the internet.
Well,
You need to set yourself up with incognito mode. You know what I'm talking about, Mark?
Obviously.
Yeah. So if we've learned nothing else, incognito mode. Cover your tracks, lads.
That was a very, very strong round, and I'm going to give the prize of 100 points to Mikey.
For you.
Yes, indeed. Excellent start. This round is called Fake News. I love it. It's a corker. I'll read some stories from the papers, and our panel have to decide whether it's true or false. Andre and Ricky, true or false? Brexiteers have accused Google of anti-Brexit bias. What do you think?
Mark, look, Brexiteers are, much as I love them to bits, and I'm one of them, are crazed conspiracy theorists. If it involves Google, the answer is it's true. They accuse them of something. Whatever the allegation is, whether it's that Google burnt down the rainforest, whether it's that Google secretly pays Guy Verhofstadt, whatever it is, if it involves Google or Goldman Sachs, the answer is true. They believe the conspiracy theory. Let's just go with that, right?
Well, yeah, I agree with it. And also, just furthering that thought even more, it's just like with the Remainers and Brexiteers, both sides claim that the BBC is biased one way or the other. Kind of the, whatever it is, the Brexit Bias Corporation, or I can't remember what the other one is, but either
Bolshevik
way.
broadcasting.
Bolshevik, yeah, exactly. Both sides claim the opposite, so look, I'm just going to say it's
No, do you know what? I hate when people say that. Both sides don't like the BBC, so they must be doing something right. Or, given that the world is united and all think they're terrible, they're doing something badly wrong.
Look,
There's two ways of looking at it.
People are just going to Netflix now. When Netflix news comes out, I will be going there first.
I can tell you, it is the right answer. It's true. An analysis of 5,000 search terms found that Google sends more Brexit traffic to pro-Remain sites. Next up, Dave and Mikey, true or false? Former footballer Chris Kamara is releasing a, wait for it, Christmas album.
I quite like this idea of people doing cameo Christmas albums. I think that's great. Get Chaz and Dave at Easter or something like that.
Wait a minute,
Yes, I
Can't do
love
that
that.
anymore, can you?
Why not?
He's dead.
Who's dead?
Sorry, is Chaz or Dave? Who's dead?
I believe that Chaz Hodges, off of Chaz and Dave, has passed away.
It's okay.
Dave
It's okay.
is, I'm afraid, unaware of that fact. I think there should be a new slot on the programme where we just...
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Yeah, morbidity bingo with
So what we do
Mark
is
Dolan.
we just break it to Dave each week of a famous celebrity that's no longer with us. Winston Churchill.
No.
Afraid so.
I've seen
Yes,
them
indeed.
adverts.
I remember Mark Dolan once saying to me that his voicemail is, "Hello, this is Mark Dolan. If it's a booking for work, the answer's yes." Right? Let me tell you, if somebody will have proposed to Chris Kamara to do a Christmas album, and Chris Kamara would do anything to get money, so it's got to be true.
My only thing is I want to know how far down the list that was. Because apparently, I heard this, apparently Dave Benson Phillips does this thing, I can't remember what it's called, it's like Phillips February or something, and you pay the pound equivalent of what day it is for him to do anything. So on the 1st of February, he'll do your dishes for like £1.
It's actually cheaper than,
You know what I
anyone
mean?
I've ever employed as a cleaner.
Phillips February.
I've heard about these websites where there are very, very minor celebrities who are obviously in need of literally a £5, and you pay them £5 to wish someone happy birthday. But the videos, I won't name who it is because it wants of this parish, but the videos are so awkward because they look down the camera and go, "Hello, it's me, Ricky Freelove. Ho, 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 happy birthday."
Don't Extinction,
£5, please.
Don't Extinction Rebellion pay you like £600 to protest in the street?
What?
Yeah, I've read a story about
Mikey,
this.
tell us
Actually,
more.
they're paying people to go on the protest, out-of-pocket expenses. It's about £600 if you go and protest, which
It's
means
not quite
they
that
could
much,
have 1,200 Dave Benson Phillips outside of the Houses of Parliament with some gunge. Then they'll get the real message across.
No way.
That
My
would
goodness.
be great. Get your own back. Boris Johnson sitting up there with Michelle Barnier on the... Oh, brilliant.
Why are they messing around with all these librarians from
Yeah.
Widnes when they could be Dave Benson Phillips protesting?
Yeah.
My goodness. Appear on fake news for no money. Go on an anti-climate change march. 600 quid.
Great.
No brainer.
Wait, no money.
Whoops. Moving swiftly on. True or false then? Has Chris Kamara released a Christmas album?
I
Yes.
want it to be true.
Yes.
Yes.
It is true. Absolutely. Chris Kamara is releasing a Christmas album complete with a big band. Tracks will include Let It Snow and Santa Baby. Unfortunately, at the moment, Gazza's not involved, but never say never. Andre and Ricky, true or false? Nigel Farage has said he hates John Lennon's song Imagine.
Absolutely. No creativity.
Imagine we're all commies. Imagine. Oh, he was dreadful, John Lennon.
That Christmas album that you're talking about before, I think we found our lead singer here.
I call him John Lennon because of his left-wing views. He's I mean, look, he's not a great guy, is he? Well, he's not anything now, I suppose.
I just don't understand. How is this even a story? Like, how has this come out that he hates John Lennon? I find that even more weird that someone's... So just a quick one, Nigel, while I've got you. What do you think about John Lennon? Oh, well, you know, Yoko Ono. Oh, no.
I don't like John Lennon. No, can't stand him.
Desert Island Discs has really gone down there, hasn't it?
I'm going to the Fox and Pheasant with James Blunt.
That James Blunt guy's all right, though.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you so much, James. Thank you. You're beautiful. It's true. Thank you.
They've clearly started sending hacks from the NME to Brexit press conferences. See what you can get. Ask them about AC/DC. Are they overrated? Well, I don't know, though. I mean, clearly, Lennon is a sort of left sort of figure. I would imagine that he probably wouldn't have liked climate change. He might have been a socialist.
Although he does have an airport named after him in Liverpool John Lennon Airport. And it does strike me that that's appropriate because he did fly away from Liverpool and never return as soon as he made a few quid. Look, I love the city of Liverpool. It's a great place, but it is notable that a number of celebrities have abandoned them. Apparently Scylla didn't even want to be buried in Liverpool, but her family insisted on it because A, she wasn't in a position to disagree.
And B, she wasn't dead at the time.
Do you think
Dave, did you know that Cilla Black was dead? By the way?
Do you think there'll be any statues or monuments to Nigel Farage once we're out of Brexit in 2130?
Oh, Romford would go for it, wouldn't they?
Thurrock?
Yeah, Thurrock.
Thurrock would be all over that, wouldn't they?
There's places in Essex and probably bits of Kent that are quite keen. I mean, I'm not sure how well he'd do in Wandsworth. He'd just be melted down, wouldn't he?
Do you think if Nigel Farage gets his way and we've got a hard Brexit and the Brexit Party run the country, that there will be, like, in town centres, people just burning the back catalogue of the Beatles in anger, and anything else slightly left-leaning? Do you know
Don't
what I mean?
burn that in anger, I heard you say. There we go.
I can see in about 50 years' time, when we have a socialist republic of Great Britain, the socialists will be digging out Farage's mausoleum, which is currently in Leicester Square somewhere.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Are there any right-wing musical artists? I mean, I can't think of any pop stars.
Patty Boulay. Patty Boulay is her name.
Really? You too? Really? Aren't they big
No, I know.
Socialists?
They evade their tax. So
I
that's
think-
pretty much right wing.
Good point.
I think the most famous conservative in the music industry has got to be Brian May.
Is he really?
He is a Tory voter, yes.
That's surprising. Has he been to conference?
Although because he's a vegetableist who's not very keen on fox hunting, he may have changed in recent years. But certainly he used to be. He openly declared that he's a Tory.
All right, so it was Jim Davidson, Cilla Black, and Brian May, basically.
Yeah, that's right.
The
What a
Conservatives
dinner
got.
party.
And then Labour have got everyone else. By the looks of it.
Jerry Halliwell and Victorian David Beckham. Gary Barlow's a member of the Tory party.
All
This
great
sounds,
role
like, this
models.
sounds like one of Ricky's ideas of when you're like, the people that you can get a happy birthday message from. Chas and Dave, there's just one of them.
It's such a weird story, though. What does Nigel Farage think about this singer? It's the sort of story that we don't get, and it doesn't it doesn't come as far as the north.
Because I think it's a false story that isn't in the news. That's the answer. 'Cause it's a false
Okay, so
story.
you were going to give me as false. I can tell you, you are wrong. It's true. Yes, indeed. Nigel Farage says the song preaches the hateful message of globalization by imperialistic homogenization. Try putting that into a song as a lyric. Apparently, he prefers Lennon's other song, "All EU Need Is Love." No. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But what does he think about Howard Jones? That's what I want to know.
Yes, that's the number one question. He'd have to obviously Google who Howard Jones was first.
Who Howard Jones was?
Apologies. We've got a panel here who are under 50, so...
Just because it's from the past, it doesn't mean it's not relevant. He's an 80s... Oh, forget
Yeah,
it.
he's right. Learn about the Nazis. That's what's happening again.
For the record, Howard Jones is not a Nazi. There you go, just to clarify that one. Okay, Andre and Ricky, do you want to have a go at this one? True or false? Snowflake students at Oxford University.
Yeah.
True.
Is there any other kind? Are demanding that clapping should be banned. True or false?
Oh, they don't like clapping, do they?
They like the jazz hands.
Yeah,
don't
the
they?
jazz
They like
hands.
the jazz hands.
They don't like to get the clap.
No, I mean,
Which having been to Freshers Week can be a problem.
is it true you went to the Freshers Week this year just as a joke? Apparently you're a big fan.
Can I tell you?
You went looking for the clap,
I
couldn't
go to-
find any.
Hi, Andre Walker.
I go to the Freshers Week every year, and at every university in the country, and they go, "Look, it's Talk Radio's Andre Walker."
That's where he gets all his mugs from.
Ricky, you speak for the young generation.
As a token snowflake, yes, I am offended by clapping.
Well, the question is, do the snowflake generation, do they get a hard time, actually?
I think we get a massively hard time for everything we do. No matter what we do, it's a hard time. We're compared to the veterans of World War II. If we went to war now, we would not be able to survive. Yeah, because it's going to be a massive nuclear bomb. None of us are going to survive, you nutters.
Chaps, true or false?
Oxford, snowflakes, true.
Definitely true.
Lock it in. It is true. Well done. Snowflakes are demanding that clapping should be banned at Oxford University. They're campaigning for jazz hands. as was mentioned. So yeah, quite a good look it turns out. Excellent work. Well, time is up, which means the scores are as follows. Team Dead in a Ditch are on 7 points, while Team Massive Election have 903.
Yes.
Time for a quick break. They need a cup of tea, I need to lie down. See you in 3. Welcome back to Fake News, the topical quiz show that was badly photocopied and sent unsigned to the EU. I continue to be Mark Dolan, and still here representing the undemocratic metropolitan elite are Andre Walker, Ricky Freelove, Dave Chawner and Mikey Smith. Always lovely to have you. Now, we are live on Talk Radio, but you can also watch us on Facebook and YouTube right now. Our next round is Headline Deadline. We've got big stories from the news. All you've got to do is guess the missing word. Fingers on buzzers. Let's go. Extinction Rebellion protests cost taxpayers how much? Dave.
I reckon it's a couple of mil, but I reckon it was all like a flash mob done by Boris Johnson to distract everyone away from the... He's having a
Dave
lovely
Chawner,
time.
I know that you are a man of conscience.
Wow.
You're plant-based.
Yes.
And also, you're probably not that keen on climate change. Would you go on such a march, or indeed these attacks?
I really wanted to, but I couldn't find who was headlining this year. So I thought I'd leave it till next year.
Well,
It's true.
What I don't understand about these protests is the way that they glue themselves to public transport. Yeah. Isn't glue made out of horses?
No, it's, it's animal bones, isn't it?
I read the book Animal Farm, where they sent Boxer off to the knackers yard. That's the book, not the film.
I like the way that we know Dave will go on a protest, but only if Snow Patrol are on the bill.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
gotta be
I
done.
love Snow Patrol, Keen, any whiny music that Snowflake's like. But you're absolutely right, though. I did say that actually animal glues would be what they use, because synthetic glues aren't that good. Because genuinely, mobile phones, laptops, TVs are not vegan.
Excellent.
And I said that to my housemate, he went, well, don't eat your TV then, right? And it's obviously about what you eat, not what you...
So hang on, so
Those
what
are used.
animal products does a TV have in it?
Any LCD screen uses the cholesterol from a cow, bovine cholesterol, to make the liquid crystals.
I thought cholesterol was like a bad thing.
Yeah,
suck it out.
It's true. I've got an LG telly, and I wondered why it did so much mooing.
And also,
And it smells of...
my TV's suffering from high cholesterol.
Yeah, and that's only when hairy bikers are on.
Yeah.
Does your
Why
telly only feature sort of really heart attacky type presenters?
Oh, yeah,
There's all
I mean,
these
I'm
men
just-
with red faces and fat necks.
I'm not keen on that. Yeah, good. A big thick neck and a pint of bitter. That's the sort of thing I like.
Who are we kidding? He doesn't watch TV. He just watches reruns of Margaret Thatcher's speech and like relive the glory days.
Reaganomics.
Like recreations.
I like watching the speech of Barry Goldwater, because I think of Reagan as a moderate.
The man who is single-handedly propping up Babe Station as well.
No, sorry, guys.
Single-handedly.
Well, yeah, literally.
That was a reference to money, presumably.
Well, I'm loving these answers, but none of them are right. What do we think, Mikey?
Extinction Rebellion protesters cost taxpayers the equivalent daily rate of 600 Dave Benson Phillips.
Oh, nice. That would be too high a price to pay.
I believe
Andre.
the actual answer is 39 million.
Let's take a look.
37.
You hit it too hard.
In your face!
Now, where'd you get 37 from?
It was the Independent.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look. You are absolutely right. Extinction Rebellion protest cost taxpayers 37 million, not 39. That's what the EU costs if you want to leave, of course. Okay, next up, John McDonnell says the next Labour leader should be from where? Mike.
Series 4 of Love Island.
And that would be, that's a
after-
Labour landslide, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, after you've not been in Love Island for a couple of years, people forget about you. You need reinvigorating. I think, Labour leader will be just the press they need.
Brilliant idea. And then I guess that Caroline Flack could be sort of foreign secretary or something. And
Do you know what? She could.
well, I'm going to have to give the answer away. John McDonnell says that the next Labour leader should be from outside London. He thinks the party has become too London-centric. Mikey, you are from the north of our great country.
Indeed.
Would you agree that whether it's politics or entertainment, media, it's all a bit London-centric?
There's two things people are talking about in the pubs of Stoke-on-Trent, right? One of them is how to acquire a fully loaded Android box, which means you get all your TV and things for free.
very good.
That's quite a big topic.
Or an
And
AK-47.
also, the Labour leadership.
Right.
Sorry,
And
what
is
is
that
this?
a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the Labour leadership?
Well, thumbs up for the Android box, all 3 telly, and a thumbs down for. I think he's pushed his luck a bit, Mr.
Because of
Corbyn.
the Brexit thing. Do you think in the north, is there a chance that those dyed-in-the-wool Labour supporters might vote Tory just to get Brexit across the line?
I think if it came with a fully loaded Android box, yeah.
Perfect. So with a bit of bribery, basically. Android boxes for all. Next up, Tory ministers warn Boris they could be stuffed like what if he insists on holding an election?
Is it anything to do is it something to do with a turkey? I've got
Yes,
a
it is.
turkey
Yes, it
feeling.
is. Develop it.
Is it a stuffed turkey?
Yes, it is.
Is it a stuffed turkey for Christmas?
Bingo!
No!
Is the right answer.
9 bird roast.
Well, not that many birds are involved. It's not Babe Station. So, I can tell you, Tory ministers warn Boris that they could be stuffed like, correct, Christmas turkeys if he insists on holding an election before Brexit's been delivered. Next up, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are what, says royal biographer Mikey.
Quite well off.
That is definitely true. Ricky, do we think that Harry and Meghan are getting a tough time from the press?
No, they deserve it.
Really?
They're the most hypocritical people on TV at the moment. They love the TV. When it's the royal wedding, both of them, they were having the time of their lives. They want the coverage, and suddenly someone asks one question and they start crying about it. What's wrong with them?
I will tell you one thing. I would be willing to be criticised in the press as much as Harry and Meghan in exchange for a private jet, 30 million, and a house on the Windsor estate refurbished at a cost of 2.5 million to the taxpayer. Call me old-fashioned, but I'd be up for that.
I
With
think
you
it's
on
quite
that.
hard for them because I don't really understand how they ever kind of chill out. Because they're going to go home, they want to watch Netflix, the Crown's on. It's just like real life. So they're never going to get any time away from it.
There's no escapism.
You know, do you want to go see a film? What is it? The King's Speech. Oh, let it go.
And
You
then
know,
not
it's-
Downton Abbey again.
Yeah, exactly. It's just.
Dave, what do you think the missing word would be?
I think they're sad. They're miserable. They're upset. They're in Africa.
I'll give you that. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are miserable and unhappy, says royal biographer following their ITV documentary last week. What a shame. Okay, next up. According to a new report, the average Brit gets how much uninterrupted sleep a night? Mikey?
8 hours.
8 hours uninterrupted?
Yeah, I watched an interview once with the guy that played Curly Watts in Coronation Street, and he said he never went on set unless he'd had a full 8 hours.
What is the missing word? How much uninterrupted sleep do we get as Brits?
Not enough.
Yeah. How many hours do you get a night, Andre?
Well, it depends. I mean, sometimes I get up early because I need to participate in some morning activities.
Babe Station.
It's funny, you know, when people talk about this debate about sleep, and Margaret Thatcher was told that she didn't need more than 4 hours sleep a night. But then I was kind of looking through her sort of period in office and thinking maybe she did need that sleep. The poll tax, the Falklands War.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if she'd had a few more naps, it would have gone better.
You're right.
It is a weird thing with successful people, in quotation marks there. 'Cause I think Barack Obama only got 4 hours sleep. I think Bill Gates only gets 4 hours sleep. It's a thing that these successful people have. It's just not enough sleep.
See, I don't believe it, actually, because I got told that the reason that the British Prime Minister and the American President get 4 hours sleep a night because they only sleep for 4 hours in their bed, but when they're on the planes or in the car or in the helicopter, they always sleep in between meetings. So they constantly nap all day.
Wow.
That's got to be very strange. And of course, that caused major problems for Margaret Thatcher, because if she's going to have a nap in the car, she's got a blow and set hairdo. So Alan Clark said that she used to keep a blow and set wig to put on when she got out of the car.
Nicely done.
As a man who's recently moved in with his girlfriend, I'm definitely
congratulations.
getting much less sleep because I get an odd elbow in the back every single
know what?
night. So it's
I
actually
didn't-
rubbish.
I didn't
That's
know-
not an
I didn't
elbow,
think-
and that's not a girlfriend. Now, I'm going to say, Andre,
I was going to say, I was expecting that story to end in a different way.
No.
I've just moved in with my girlfriend. I'm getting virtually no sleep because she elbows me in the night.
Yeah.
okay, well, fantastic stuff. Can I please ask for your guesses as to how much uninterrupted sleep we get? Ricky?
4 hours.
4 hours is not the right answer.
6.
The average Brit gets 5 hours and 36 minutes. I'll give that to you, Andre.
Thank you.
And the NHS says we should get the full 8, just like
Have they
Curly Watts.
seen their own doctors?
Time's up, and with that farrago of fallacious Fettel, here are the final scores. Team Dead in a Ditch are out cold on the hard shoulder of the M6 with 97 points. Very palpably disappointed there, while Team Massive Election get Brexit across the line with 9,271.
Yes!
Many thanks to my wonderful guests who have over-delivered and under-promised tonight. Before we go, I'll leave you with tonight's edition of Walker's Weekly Wind-Up.
So in the week when we discovered that Guy Verhofstadt, he of Channel Tunnel Teeth, spent some time with Jo Swinson, Mrs. Mumsy, I decided I'd talk about why pro-Europeans are so ugly. Now don't worry, Lord Adonis, it's not real. The clue is not in the title. It gets me so annoyed when I see Jeremy Corbyn, that beardy weirdy with that slight smell of vegan flatulence. These people all look absolutely terrible. You know what? It drives me bananas. As they always say, left-wingers are usually mingers.
Marvellous. I've been Mark Dolan and this has been Fake News. Thanks for listening and watching. Lovely to have you. See you next Saturday at 10.